Want to know what to do the day and week before your tryout? Then stick around to learn how to prepare for your soccer tryouts. Hey, I'm Dylan Joseph, soccer trainer, #1 best-selling Amazon author. To increase your skills, learn how to overcome average performances, as well as boost your soccer self-esteem, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. And stay to the end of this video to hear the one thing that you must avoid the 2 days prior to actually trying out. Today we are covering the best ways to prepare for your soccer tryout. To make it easier on the coaches, make sure you prepare for your tryouts in advance. With tryouts, obviously, the further in advance you prepare, the better off you're gonna be. Starting 2 days before is not gonna leave you much time. Starting a month, 2, even 3 months before to prepare for those tryouts is gonna leave you a lot better off. But there's a good chance that you're watching this video maybe a few days, maybe a week or 2 before your tryouts. So let's discuss some of those things that you can do right now that'll make a big difference. So when it comes to doing well at the tryout, it's important to understand the structure of the tryout. So that means asking a friend, someone that's maybe gone through it before, exactly what that tryout looks like. So if there's time sprints, 2 mile, dribbling drills, 1v1s, practice those things so that when you actually go to do them in tryouts, you'll be 10 to 20% better and you'll look like an outstanding performer instead of an average performer like most of the other players. For my high school tryout, we had time sprints, we had a 2 mile run, we had a dribbling drill, and plenty of 1v1s. So those were things that I actually practiced leading up to the tryouts to make sure that I'd be looking good when I actually go to do those things. This helped me make the junior varsity soccer team my sophomore year, even though there was plenty of players that were actually better that didn't make the team because I actually took the time to prepare. When I was going through the drill, because I already practiced it, I actually looked better oftentimes more than other players who were actually better soccer players than me, but were lazier in their preparations. And could you give this video a like? On the other hand, it was probably my 50th time going through the drill, but the coaches didn't know that. I knew it, but the coach didn't, so they thought, wow, this kid is this good naturally, whereas in reality, I already practiced it a bunch of times. I also used the same mindset when trying out for varsity at that same high school. We had a 1 mile run that year, and in my group I finished in first place because 3 times a week for basically the entire summer, I'd actually go and practice running 1 mile at a time. Now, it's important to make sure that your training for tryouts doesn't impact your actual tryouts, which is something I definitely messed up on when I was trying out for the varsity soccer team my junior year, which is discussed in the book Soccer Tryouts using the link in the description below, where we also discuss things like what to eat before and after a tryout. Several days prior to the tryout, I performed an intense leg workout that involved 15 sets of squats. Yes, 15 sets of weighted squats. So when I woke up the next morning, I actually didn't feel that sore because of the delayed onset muscle soreness. The next day, I did soccer drills for literally probably 5 or 6 hours because I was actually training other people and constantly moving and demonstrating those skills. And by the end of it, my knees started buckling. I could barely walk straight, and for the next week or so, I was very sore. In an effort to become more fit for tryouts, I didn't do a very good job of timing the preparations of my trainings for my tryout, so that when I went to actually do that 2 mile the first morning of the first day of tryouts, I actually was just able to walk for the first time in about a week and a half that day. Needless to say, the 2 mile didn't go that well, but because I prepared for all the other stuff, I was able to overcome my poor performance on the 2 mile and still make the team. Therefore, what I often recommend to my trainees is take at least 2 days off prior to tryouts. If you want to do anything and maybe your body's still super sore, then make sure you're doing some stretching, foam rolling, mild yoga, stuff that will get the blood flowing, but it's not actually going to make you sore for when tryouts come around. So make sure to subscribe to avoid missing that next weekly video on how to make a great first impression at tryouts. And click here for the video to learn about the striker position.